Hi, I've got some questions about showing more of my garden as a whole, so I think I'm going to start doing regular tour videos on YouTube so you can see what the garden looks like at different times of year and what's blooming. So let's get started with the side garden. I have some various things in pots over here, different bulbs that need to be kept up out of the ground to be grown optimally. And then behind me, this almost bare tree, this is a red Baron peach. Beautiful flowers, but also delicious fruit, so that's just starting. This big pink bush here, this is a Cufea, blooms most of the year. Hummingbirds absolutely love this. You can see some little red gladiolus species below. Pots full of the Dutch irises and other kinds of bulbs and things there. We've also got blanket flower here. You know, this is a big bloomer most of the year. Some tulips finishing up in this pot behind me by the house, saved from the raccoon by their proximity to the house probably. Around the pond, I have like some bulbs. This is gonna be a little bit hard to see, but Thallium narcissus, some fritillarias growing up through there, more Thalia. This is, of course, the view when you look directly out from the kitchen. And you can see various nice things here, including clamoring fish and some nice Dutch irises. Ranunculus starting to burn out in this pot, it's very hot. Beautiful little Thalia daffodils, one of the last remaining tulips. This is water lily basin. Leaves are starting to grow, but it will just get covered and be full of blooms when the water heats up a little bit. This area, different irises. I got some blue-eyed grass in here. Dutch irises, bearded irises, aril irises, as well as this multi-grafted cherry tree that's just starting to bud out. But one of the main events right now is this meadow, which I put in last fall. This is the first year blooming. And I'm really happy with how it turns out. All kinds of ranunculus, anemone, there's narcissus in there. Most of them are finished, but you can still see a few. The idea is just to create a riotous, colorful meadow. I thought it is worth giving a little bit more of an in-depth look at this just because it's in such full bloom right now. I really love mixing together all different colors with different shapes and kind of textures just for this magic carpet kind of appeal. All the most beautiful meadows high up in the mountains from when I was a little kid had this sort of confetti, just pistache of different colors and forms, and it makes me so happy to see. Even some little pansies in pots around the edges. There's all kinds of stuff in there. Irises, freesias, wildflowers. You see the roses in the back. We got some deciduous flowering trees. We got a pear tree, different types of peaches, even a little citrus. This is a nectarine that's done blooming. A little plum type thing there. Lots of new stuff in this area just put in this year. Our gas barbecue. We also got this charcoal barbecue for Horovats, Armenian barbecue. Love using that. Various pots of different kind of things, including these Percalis. Love those colors, it's just like crazy. These almost don't look real to me, just the tone and the saturation of the colors. I haven't grown these before this year, but I decided to give them a chance. Iphions and aril irises is what this is. And this is more aril irises and Nemophila blue eyes. South African bulbs, ixias, things like that. Have a lot of those in pots over here. Some are done, I mean most are done. But there's other, wildflowers, random stuff in there. Here we have, this is an aprium, nectaplum, peach, almond, ornamental plum. So we've got a lot going on there. Hippeastrum's just finishing up. This is a special magnolia hybrid. It's a cross of grandiflora, the southern magnolia, and Tamalapana, which is a Mexican species. Hard to see right now. These are all Watsonias. These have these spears of unbelievably amazing colored flowers. I can't wait to show those off. So we got a lot of stuff in pots over here. This is a great peach tree, peppermint. I just did a short video on this with all the different colored flowers. Still some narcissus going. Narcissus really start in December or January here and are blooming, well through now. Hello, there's Mr. Leo, constant garden companion. This is a magnolia tree, black tulip, that's kind of just wrapping up the bloom. The flowers get lighter over time. I don't know if you can see these pink flowers back here. There's peaches. Hey, Mr. Leo, just chilling out. Again, I have collections of different types of narcissus. Here's a nice protea blooming. Wow. You have to get up close to really enjoy these, but the point of this video is more just to show you the lay of the land. Lots of different proteas. We got persimmon, pluary, I think it's pluary, nectarplum, nectarine, grapes, apricot. We got a lot packed in here. These are some nice lilies coming up, miniature peach, a lot of different chrysanthemums. I'm gonna whack those back soon. Different cultivars of magnolia, evergreen magnolia here. Nice fig tree, weeping mulberry. You can see the baby fruits on this nectarine. A lot of roses mixed in here too, and different, small, various flowering plants. These Corsican delphiniums, that's what those shiny leaves are. Yeah, you can see the miniature peaches back there. So we got a lot going on here. A lot that needs to be cleaned up, to be honest. You chilling in the shade, Mr. Leo? This is a super messy area, but it's for tropical rhododendrons, and I start a lot of seeds and things in here too, so you can get a sense of that. This Hephaestrum's kind of still looking nice back here. That's cool. Cymbidiums, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. There you can see that's my shower. I like taking an outdoor shower, especially on a hot day like today. Oof, it's gonna be nice later. We even have a little bit of random tomato action there. But yeah, this is our seating area. We have various different collections of bulbs and things here. And actually, I grow strawberries in here. I don't know if they're quite ready yet. Might be a little bug eaten. And this pond is for goldfish and water lilies. You can see the water lilies just barely starting. But, oh wow, look at this iris, Louisiana iris. Irises in the top help with filtration. Yeah, freesia's on the way out. Various vines and stuff over here, including grapes that grow up there during the summer. But that's a little bit of the back. All right, now I'm going to take you out the front of the house and see some of the aspects of the front garden. Got a couple wisterias growing on either side of the entrance. It's cooler here. You can see it's in the shade. Haven't leafed out much. We got our fountain, our front interest water feature there, and all around it we have a dense planting of different types of things. There's cherry tree. This is a multi-grafted Asian pear. A lot of different kinds of irises. They're just kind of starting to bloom, starting to get ready to bloom. And various different flowering and fruiting trees as we come along here. Big lavender behind me, you can see Achaeum. And this is one of the first bearded irises of the year. Plus I have just a mix of different bulbs and wildflowers growing along the verge here, along the sidewalk, so people can kind of enjoy them. All different stuff, succulents, spreading thyme, etc., visible from this view. And some of the trees are leafed out, some are not, but we've got everything from magnolias to red buds, if you can see the pink, to nectarines, to a pistache tree, purple leaf plum, all kinds of good stuff in there. So we'll kind of cruise along. This is just walking along the front edge. You get a sense of what's behind me. And before we go into that garden, I'll just show you this. This is a newer area. We got all different kinds of anemone and ranunculus planted here in this bed, which are not as far along as in the meadow in the back because I planted them later, and also because it's colder. There's more shade here. Flowering almond, different roses. We got a loquat tree and an apple tree that's just finishing blooming over there. So that's just our little parking strip garden there. So let me take you back into the other side. As you can see, we've got various different roses scattered all about, including under the windows there. And plum trees, apium trees, love fruiting trees just both for the fruit and for the flowers. Behind me over here, this is where our Sudata and Japanese irises are. We also have some water irises growing around the fountain where it gets wet all the time. Nice little arbor with some polyantha jasmine. If you come this way, you can see over to where the redbud tree is over there. And everywhere there's sort of different things mixed in, from daylilies to hippeastrums, to aloes, and especially a lot of bearded irises. I love those. Those are just starting to come on. There's a cool one. That's a Errol iris. This is going to be a first bloom on that. I got to get a closer look at that one. So yeah, you can see we're pretty densely planted here, but we have this little path so you can walk around and enjoy it. And some things are leafed out and some are not. So we'll do regular updates so you can continue to see how things change as the season progresses, because it'll get shadier here when these trees are more filled out. That's for sure. Anyway, thanks for following along on my first garden tour, and if you like this, we will add more week by week as different things bloom and the garden takes on different aspects. So thank you for joining me. I always love sharing this. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I'll include a little some close-ups of different stuff too.